If you've ever felt like your finances are stuck, like you want to move forward but there's a glass ceiling that won't let you grow, like your finances just aren't progressing. Maybe you see it in yourself or in your parents or your grandparents or with your brothers or sisters. In other words, do you feel like your family or the people around you feel stuck? Do you feel stuck financially and economically today? If so, this video is for you. Today I'm going to share with you amazing secrets and spectacular practical tools from Family Constellations, which I will explain to you. If you still don't know what it is, I'm going to explain what it means, and also concepts from Kabbalah, ancient Jewish wisdom, for your spiritual and also material blessing. Let's first explain Family Constellations. I'm going to try to tell you in a very concise way, so you can pick up concepts that help you grow spiritually and, as I said, also materially. And to unlock and remove blockages from problems you may have on a financial or economic level. Let's basically look at Family Constellations. It's a therapy that, if I had to explain it in very simple words, basically they understand that the patient's problems don't start and end with him, but rather this patient is part of a family clan or a family soul that carries legacies from their ancestors. That is to say, there is a connection between him, between the patient, his parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, all the way back to his origins, to his beginnings. And this legacy comes along with an emotional burden. It can be spiritual, or it can be, as we said, financial or economic. That is to say, there is a legacy, a family legacy that this person carries with him. Graphically speaking, it's like a backpack, a bag that the person is born with and carries. And many times there are problems that, as we said, don't start and end with him. They come from way before. And I want to tell you a little about this. I want to help you and give you those tools. Because maybe the problems you might have on a financial or economic level aren't necessarily related to you. Well, yes, surely, but you also have to understand that you probably have a bag you're carrying that isn't yours. And today I'm going to give you a gift for that bag. That emotional burden that holds you back, for example, financially or economically, you can get rid of it, give it back to the owner of that backpack, of that emotional burden, and feel light. And God willing, yes, to grow spiritually and also materially, economically, and financially in every aspect. What I'm going to give you today is amazing, so let's see, just like that. I'm going to give you an example first, a very simple, very metaphorical, very clear example so you can understand conceptually what we're talking about, so we can go deeper. And I really want you to leave this class with practical tools in your hands so you feel like you're truly growing both spiritually and materially. Also, imagine you went out for a walk with a friend, everything went well, and you went out together. At one point there was a fork in the road. You went one way and your friend went the other way. Time passed, evening came, and you had little water left in your bottle. You had very little water and started to feel thirsty. A beautiful place, natural, surrounded by nature. You knew there was water nearby. You weren't worried because you knew you weren't really lost in the world, but you started to feel thirsty and began to look for a source of water. The same thing happened in parallel with your friend, and you went with your friend on parallel streets, on parallel paths. And thank God you saw a spring. You approached the spring, the pure water. You saw that the spring came out of a spectacular mountain. And from there was a channel where the water passed through, and really that spring gave off pure water, living water, transparent. You got closer, you even smelled the scent of nature around you, the birds singing, and you drank with great thirst and great joy. The water that God was giving you, spectacular, pure water, very good, incredible. Now your friend, at the same time, something similar happened to him and he arrived at a place where there was water. But what happened? He got closer and there was already more of the smell. And he saw that the water had mud and there was dirt, there was foliage, there were leaves, and there were things that made it undrinkable. That water wasn't drinkable. It wasn't potable. It was non-potable water. And you, knowing that your friend could be thirsty, what did you do? You had some bottles in your backpack, so what did you do? You carried several bottles of pure spring water, you turned around and went back to where you were with your friend at a specific time at a meeting point if either of you couldn't find water or got lost, whatever. And your friend, very cleverly, he realized that unfortunately where the water wasn't drinkable, he turned around and they went back to the meeting point. And you gave him bottles of amazing drinking water, very good, your friend, grateful to you and to God. Because he was really very thirsty, it was already night, and he drank that water, and they went back home very happy and very joyful after an amazing trip. But there was a tense moment when they really didn't know if there would be water or not. Very well, now this example I just told you is very illustrative, so you can understand what I'm going to tell you about your topics. On the level of emotional burdens, spiritual burdens, financial or economic burdens, why are we going to understand the following? Think that now that water, like the one you experienced, that water from that pure spring, think on a generational level. Think of your great-great-great-great-grandfather, an excellent person who left his son a clean and pure legacy. And he to his son, clean and pure to his son until it reached you. Everything spectacular, excellent, without negative emotional burdens. This is on a theoretical level, because every individual, every person, we are people. We all have our January 6th, our tikkun, our spiritual correction to be in this world. And we all come with a backpack, with a bag, with spectacular qualities, incredible legacies from our family, and also with legacies that are meant to be corrected. Obviously, it's said in the book, with a good eye, with a heart, with a lot of love for those who came before us, a lot of love, a lot of understanding, and a very good eye. We receive that backpack with a lot of love and we come to correct. It's like a little toolbox that our family left us. They said, this is your toolbox and this is for you to build, and what needs to be corrected needs to be corrected. In the same way, God in His infinite mercy gives each one of us a little backpack. A little toolbox, as it's said in Hebrew, a toolbox, in English toolbox, a little toolbox. These are the tools we came to use to fix this world and therefore to be partners with God, the Creator, to repair His world. That is the great gift God gives us. It's called free will, your ability to choose. In Hebrew, in fact, there's a pasuk, a verse in the Torah that says, and you shall choose life. And what does that mean? God puts it in front of you at every moment, sometimes more clearly, sometimes more subtly. A situation in which your ethics, your personal qualities are challenged. It could be anger, it could be envy, it could be, as we said, having a good eye or a bad eye, having hope or hopelessness. That is to say, God, the Creator, puts you in situations where it's up to you to choose. God gives you the possibility to choose, and that is, as it's said in Hebrew, the story of our life. What does the story mean? Our story, and that's how it is. We are very joyful, very happy to have the merit of partnering with God in His creation, as it's said in Hebrew. In the book of Genesis, it says Adam is born, God the Creator says it in the plural, and let us make His name. Adam is born, let us make His name. Our sages explain, let us make His name in the plural. It's as if God, in my words, God says to us, to human beings, to Adam, the first man, and to us who are his descendants, I want us to make man together, that you are my partner in this creation that I have. Let's do it together. Let's go together hand in hand. I'm going to go with you, says God. I'm going to go with you hand in hand. I'm going to caress you. I'm going to give you little pushes with a lot of love so that you go down the right path, but it's up to you to want what is good. Obviously, God doesn't force a person to do something they don't want to do. Therefore, God goes with us at every moment, leads us down the right path, and together as a society, we build and improve God's world, the Creator who, from the beginning, made an imperfect world to be perfected. By whom? By us. You have to know that human beings, we are the ones who do God's will. And I agreed with James. We can reach a higher spiritual level. What about the angels? It's incredible, incredible. Angels can be much greater than the world, than this planet. Angels are spiritual forces. There are different types of angels. The camera explains that, the secrets of the Torah. But you have to think that there are angels who on a spiritual level are of dimensions greater than planet Earth. If you do God's will, you can reach points, spiritual places above the angels, and elevate the lowest world, which is this world, to the highest point, higher than all the worlds that exist, above all the worlds. The angels are incredible, incredible. Therefore, here I am giving you more tools, simple to understand and also profound, from Kabbalah, from the ancient secrets of our holy Torah. Very well, so let's go back to the example we mentioned. So, what did you give to your friend? Pure water, crystal clear water, let's say, impressive drinking water. So he, as an example, received water that was hard to drink, that wasn't drinkable. What does it mean, metaphorically, that the legacy he got from his family, let's go to the example of the economic and financial part. It's a very difficult legacy that can be reflected in phrases I hear. Let's go to you, let's leave it for a bit. The example, which I think is clear, is a clear example, I hope. If not, ask me questions in the comments. If you didn't understand, then let's go to you, to that glass ceiling. For example, you may feel you want to grow economically or financially, but something like a ceiling is holding you back. You can see it in yourself, in your parents, grandparents, brothers, sisters, friends, that is, people who are close to you, and you see that there's a blockage and there's a blockage. And now, if we go to the part of your family clan or the family soul, you have to see what legacy they left you. Is the water very clear, or maybe it's murky? But again, it's very important to judge in a positive way. And our ancestors, with a lot of love and a lot of understanding, but it could be that they, because of life situations they had, or because of different circumstances, their relationship with money is a difficult one. They think that having money is something negative, or that they had problems.
Before we continue, I want to share something truly unique, a piece of one of the most sacred places in the world. This is not just a souvenir. It is authentic earth that was rescued from being lost forever, certified, and individually numbered. Years ago, tons of earth were illegally removed from the Temple Mount and discarded as waste. Today, that same earth has been carefully preserved. This is not just jewelry or a keepsake, it is a tangible connection to history. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description to receive yours with an exclusive 10% discount.
Give examples, practical examples. Think what? Your great-great-grandfather, let's say, as an example. His partner was someone very wealthy with a lot of money, and he had a partner. They grew a lot. And his partner, for example, who was his best friend, betrayed him for money, and your great-great-grandfather ended up in a very, let's say, precarious situation. He was a millionaire and ended up in a very precarious situation. So his conclusion is money over relationships. He was my best friend and he betrayed me. Therefore, it's better to be a more unnoticed person, to have what you need and not to grow economically. And he passed that on to your great-grandfather and his visa, and your great-grandfather heard these phrases and lived them in his home. That you shouldn't grow economically because it's dangerous. And your great-grandfather, your grandfather, everyone, your father and your father to you, as an example, obviously. Therefore, being the example of the Torah's waters, your friend received a negative, murky water. In the example of the economic part about money, that money is not good, it's dangerous, it breaks and destroys relationships, bonds. Therefore, here we have to see that many times there are realities that exist that are linked to our emotions and our legacy, which is the basis, above all, the foundation of a family clan legacy that goes from generation to generation. With phrases, with attitudes, with real actions. What kind of businesses did they have, or what kind of jobs did they have? Do I prefer a low profile or not? That is to say, you have to think and reflect, and that will surely help you see what behavioral patterns came about. What you know at least came from your family clan. Patrones de conducta, patrones de emociones, whether it's about pleasing them or like fighting with the disciples. The question is the home, has the being made it kosher? And Crecer a nivel financiero y económico y destrancar. Think about the second one. Why is this with you? Therefore, that is today's topic. Therefore, now we are going to finish up, ending with something that might be the strongest tool I will give you, which is basically a kind of meditation and a prayer, a blessing that I basically invite you to. I invite you to close your eyes, try to close your eyes, and we are going to do a very simple breathing exercise. Try to place your feet, the soles of your feet on the floor, and feel the weight of your soles on the floor. If you are on grass, for example, you can take off your shoes and feel the earth, the grass, or a stone, like a nice stone, for example. Be in a quiet place where no one will disturb you. In fact, I invite you to listen to this meditation or this video later at a time when no one will disturb you, and do this meditation, which is probably the strongest tool you'll take away from this class. Very good. So feel how your body is present, feel how the soles of your feet are on the floor. Look for 111, a pleasant attitude. Try to sit upright, not in a difficult position, but pleasant but upright, and sit, feel that you are present in this place. In this place you are present. Very good. Now inhale, let's inhale for 4 seconds, let's hold for 7 seconds. Hold it, and we're going to exhale in 8 seconds. Very good. When you inhale, we're going to go a little bit deeper. Try to visualize that you're inhaling warm air. Pleasant, as if it were golden air, a golden light that surrounds you. Inhale light as if it were golden. Look, the light. Hold it. When you exhale, try to exhale any blockages you have, as if you were exhaling a dark breath, pressures, emotional blockages. If we talk about economic matters, economic or financial blockages as well, right now too, I invite you to exhale, letting go of any blockage you feel inside. So the concept is I inhale light, I hold it and exhale obstacles and blockages. Can you continue? And I'm going to tell you that with this meditation, you're also activating and stimulating your vagus nerve. In fact, I invite you, in different videos I explain this. The vagus nerve is the main character of your parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for your calm, your digestion, and your rest. It's amazing. It's like an internal button that God gives you where you activate the highway to your calm. Therefore, you should know that just by breathing this way, it's like giving your vagus nerve a massage. It's your longest cranial nerve, running from your skull, your brain, your head, through your throat, chest, heart, and all the way down to your abdomen. Impressive, with spectacular nerve connections, incredible. So in fact, you should know that this breathing, the breathing I'm inviting you to do, also physically activates the vagus nerve, which has spectacular effects on your calmness, on your sense of calm. In seconds, very good. So now you can keep breathing calmly. And basically now we're going to do what in Hebrew is called an ait vodadut. Basically it's talking to God alone in our own words. I'm gonna tell you my ideas from my heart. You can put it in your own words, talking to God the Creator with your words, but basically you can say, God, thank you very much. Thank you for this life you gave me. Thank you for everything you give me. Thank you very much. Thank you for the beautiful family I have, the beautiful family I come from. for my children, my parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, whether I know them or not, great-great-grandparents, all the way back to Adam, Arishon, Ata, Adan, all the way back to Adam and Eve. Thank you very much. And I have absolute appreciation for all those who came before me, for all the previous generations, for my family clan or my family soul. One can also connect with their people, in my case with Klal Israel, with the people of Israel, the great calling of the people of Israel, the great soul of the people of Israel. Obviously, the merit of being part of the people of Israel, the people of God, but this obviously applies to every person, whether you are Jewish or not. Is this class for you too, obviously? Thank God for being part of your family clan. He gave you so much love, gave you such a spectacular legacy. And really thank God and tell Him that you send with all your heart, your love, your deep love and deep respect to all the generations that came before you. You send it to them. It's like you're sending a light full of love, full of love. And now I tell you this, what I'm telling you, listen to it, but go on. Try to continue with your eyes closed, meditating and breathing, and feel how God gives you a golden light of love. The Creator gives you love. Feel how a golden light surrounds you, like a shiny bright light. It enters through your skull, enters through your head, and fills you inside and surrounds you outside. A golden, warm, beautiful light. And with that love, that embrace from the Creator, from God, that light that surrounds you, try to speak to God like that and to fill your words with that light. And send that love to your entire family clan, to your whole family clan, that love and your respect. Tell God that you respect and that you love all your family who came before you. And direct that love to them, and send them that light, that absolute light. And basically ask God that the burdens you know you have or that you don't know you have, ask God that, like I told you at the beginning, that little backpack, that bag, you give it back to Him, that burden or those emotional burdens. If we talk on an economic, financial level, you say, no, God, I want to start a new path. Obviously, I receive with a lot of love the amazing lessons they gave me, but the emotional burdens that are negative for me. To grow in every way, on a spiritual level, on a material level, I return those negative burdens to their origin. That's not mine. I don't want to receive it or keep carrying it forward, and what I want is to open a new path. Receiving with a lot of love the amazing legacy they gave me, the excellent teachings they gave me. Of course, I embrace that with a lot of love, and I pass it on to my sons and daughters, and to my grandsons and granddaughters, grandsons and great-granddaughters, until the end of all generations. I pass on everything beautiful that they gave me, of course, but what wasn't, I set aside, I return it to its origin. And now I build a new path in areas I need to correct, and I don't want to carry that burden. So Creator God, help me to be clean, to truly understand now on the level of economy and finances. Help me, God, to want to receive a lot of abundance. For what purpose? To give, to become a channel, a pure conduit for receiving. To give, of course, it's not about giving everything to others. You have to know that Judaism applies in its life the commandment. In Hebrew it is said, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. Judaism. Do you believe that one has to be happy? Obviously, to have what one needs, to live a happy life of abundance, to have everything one needs, to indulge oneself, obviously, all to serve God the Creator. With much joy, a good heart, eating well, having a beautiful house, a nice car, living in a suitable place, with excellent people, having guests and giving abundance to others. Of course, so you must love your neighbor as yourself. Therefore, it is very important that you love yourself, be happy, and thus be a strong, joyful conduit. For what purpose? So that through you, you can give abundance to others, starting with your family. It's like concentric waves, concentric circles. First to you, to your close family, to your more distant family, to your neighbors, in your city, in your country, and if God wills, contributing to the whole world. Therefore, you have to try, as I understand it, to ask for material and economic abundance in the story. Tell God that you want to get rid of that burden, that emotion, that glass ceiling that doesn't let you grow. Maybe because of legacies you had and you want to break that ceiling. And to be in a conduit, to be like a conduit connected with the one who spoke to God, to receive that abundance for what? To contribute to others. Let's finish with a psalm from King David. I'm going to say it in Hebrew, and then I'm going to tell you some words so that with these words you can even meditate. With these words, it's like this, I'm going to say it. Voy a decir, Mismor lev David, Mismor lev David, Adonai roi lo echsar, bino desheyar v'tzeini, al menuchot yenaleini, ya 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 ya. Nafshi yeshoivev, nafshi yeshoivev, yancheni b'maglei tzedek leman shemo, ay 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 gam ki elech begei tzalma. Lo irara ki ata imadi shivtecha ya 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 umishantecha yamaram babam shivtecha umishantecha Hema yenachamuni, ay 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 ay, taroch lefanai shulchan, taroch lefanai shulchan, ya barabam bam bam, taroch lefanai shulchan, neged tzorera, ya 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 ya, dishaneta. Bashemen roishi dishanta, bashemen roshi yabarabam bam bam, dishanta bashemen roishi kosirevaya. Ach tov vachesed ירדפוני כל ימי חיי ושבתי איי 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 ושבתי בבית אדוני לאורך ימים איי 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 Ya baram bam ba, ya ba bam ba, ya 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 marababa, ya ya, ho yo 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 yo, ya bam 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 bam. Bueno. The Song of David, King David, the name of God will see this. I want you to focus. God is my shepherd, I shall not want. This is incredible. If you focus on this, it's spectacular. Just like a sheep, a shepherd who tends his flock, that sheep doesn't have the slightest doubt that the shepherd will take care of it and give it what it needs and will lead it to grace. To the richest pastures there are, the tastiest ones, it's spectacular. Therefore, if you understand that the one in charge of your abundance is the Creator God, and He will give you exactly what you need. But if you also ask God for abundance, for what? To give to others. Do you become a conduit, as we said? A partner of the Creator of God to correct His world and to contribute to the world. It's spectacular. Therefore, in your meditation, you can say to God, God, I know that the one who gives me sustenance is you, not my boss. My boss is fine, he gives me an excellent salary, but who really gives me sustenance? Abundance, it's you, God, the Creator, of course. So I ask you, God, the Creator. In other words, you speak to God. Please, Creator, give me abundance so I can contribute to others. It's incredible. And then the Psalm says, it says, only goodness and chesed and good things, mercy, acts of kindness, only what is good and sweet. I greet my words. May goodness and sweetness pursue me all the days of my life. That is, may what pursues you be good and sweet things. Spectacular. And now, speaking of that, I want to show you something incredible, something amazing. What happened while I was giving this class a few minutes ago? The lady who lives here, the family, what did they bring me? Look. Amazing. Look, what did they bring me? Incredible. Do you see it? Incredible, incredible. Such affection, such affection. So in a very discreet way, she came over here and left that for me, the neighbor here in the park where I am. Impressive, impressive. So if she loves you also, this park is here. I'm going to take advantage of it now. This park was made in memory of a son of the family, of this lady who brought me these delicious things. So if she wants this class we're doing, let it also be for the elevation of his soul. His name is Netanel. It says in a book that his merit should be of blessed memory. So I take this opportunity for this class, if God wills, to be for the elevation of Netanel's soul, the son of the family who lives here next to this beautiful park. So, well, I invite you with much affection. If you still haven't joined my beloved Israel High community, I invite you to join. It's a community, a spectacular, incredible community. What can I say about my community? It's a thriving community that has, we have free courses, obviously for the members. There are online meetings, God willing, and you will feel embraced by the community. There is a community WhatsApp number. You can write to me, ask questions if you want to be connected with me. With the land of Israel, it's incredible, spectacular. So may that be all, with many blessings, much spiritual abundance and much material abundance. And I would love for you to tell me here in the comments how it went for you, and well, all the sweet blessings.